I was just noticing, this is in Style Magazine, or Style Magazine. What I was noticing about this, besides that we've got Ice Cream Jeff on one side, is don't those hot wings look good? I mean, there is a perfect guy page. Ice cream and hot wings. What could be better? I love it. We're going to now make Bordeaux
you want to get in here?
wine sorbet. Jeff has suggested a change to the Bordeaux wine sorbet. You'll see it's sugar, water, Bordeaux wine, red raspberries, and he says let's add some ice cream mix to it. And he says it'll make it a cream ice and that it'll be fantastic. So, yeah, if it'll take the heat off me, that's great. So here we go. Let's see.
It can't be worse than that yogurt.
What do we have for wines here? Jeff, what do you want to use, a Shiraz or a Merlot?
Oh, Shiraz. Well, I use Merlot. Mine is Merlot chip.
All right, let's use Merlot. Is that good? Will you open that?
Sure.
Okay. This formula is just so easy. It comes down to a bottle of wine. It's all ones. A bottle of wine, a bottle of water, a pound of sugar, and a bag of the raspberries.
And this is what got me started in the business, this recipe.
Really?
I sat in that back table, and you made this, and I went home and I said to Rose, this is for us.
Yeah, this is a good one. It's very refreshing and a little different. Let me see if the raspberries are in here. Yep. And again, the instant quick frozen raspberries. That's what flavor? Okay. You're welcome.
Add cream to any of these recipes? Is it usually the same amount? No, I guess what am I asking?
We're going to add 18 ounces.
I do, because I make it in the big machine.
Oh, I'm going to take the whole bottle.
I know, there's the part of the cork, I guess it rotted, so I wanted to smell the wine also.
Okay.
Smell all right to you?
Yeah.
Okay, you want it in here?
Fine. Yes, please.
Oh, you want it like that?
That's all right. Whoops, excuse me. And then I just fill up the water with the same bottle.
Right.
I'm looking for one online for you.
You're looking for, oh.
I found one.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm just going to email and find out what number it is, and I know what the family number is.
Gee.
So is this what's called a cream ice or no?
It's going to be a cream ice, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Any of your recipes you can turn into a cream ice?
any of the Italian ice recipes, yes, by adding some ice cream mix to it, the ice cream blend. We're going to add 18 ounces to this. The Countertop, the CB350. So let me get the 18 ounces out.
Should be enough right in there, Steve.
And where? Right. That's been sitting out. I'm going to get a fresh bag.
Okay.
Oh, let me do the pound of sugar first. These are wet. Let me get a dry one.
Excuse me, I didn't.
Well, otherwise it all sticks. Isn't that a beautiful scale?
Oh, it does it auto. I have to, when I put mine on, I have to press the button.
Well, you usually do. I had pre-done it. So.
Mine says 4 thumbs up on the Grand Marnier.
I hope she's not trying to balance our books this afternoon with that Grand Marnier. This is our bookkeeper, the money honey.
In my shoulder bag, at the very bottom, there's my toothpick holder. Or it's in the pocket in the inside. If you go over a pound, will it go 24 ounces or will it go 1 pound 8 ounces?
It'll go 1.
Yeah, mine too. Gets me confused sometimes.
I know. It's really not that critical.
No, it isn't.
All right, there we go. Pound of sugar. I wanted to, while Jeff is mixing that up, and oh, let me get you the mix. I wanted to talk a little bit about sugar-free Italian ice, because I have mixed feelings on it. My wife Paula says you have to keep an open mind, that people today are experimenting with more things.
You get it?
That's some ice still in it, but it won't
I get
matter.
people now coming in about gluten-free.
Gluten-free, yes.
I had a lady come in with her friends, and again, the place was packed, and she said, "Do you have gluten-free ice cream?" I said, "Ice cream is inherently gluten-free. Gluten is a wheat product."
Yeah.
And
You have gluten-free ice cream.
well, they'll sell it. Anyway, when I sell my product, whether it's in a waffle bowl or a cardboard cup, I include a pretzel because I like the salt and the crunchiness with the ice cream. And so she said, "Okay, as long as there's no gluten." I said, "Okay." So she asked for my coconut. So I fill the cup and I put the pretzel in and I hand it to her, and she goes, "Oh," like it was the plague sitting there. She goes, "Oh no, I can't have that." I said, "What's the matter?" "The pretzel." I said, "Well, just take it out." "Oh no." So I took it right in front of her, the whole cup. Rose was there, and I dumped it in the trash. And I went and scooped her another one, and I put it up on the counter, and she was like this. I said, "What's wrong?" She said, "Well, the pretzels are in your store." And she left.
Oh boy.
And she left.
Well, a lot of people are. See, I'm of the old school that ice cream, ices, frozen desserts, they're a treat. They're something special, and that's why people come to your store. If you've been on a diet for 6 months and haven't eaten any beef, you're not going to break the diet by going to McDonald's. You know, you're going to go to Ruth Chris and get a filet mignon. You're going to do it upright. And I feel the same way about frozen desserts, but my wife says I have to keep a more open mind. And so I started looking into, I get questions all the time about sugar-free Italian ice and sugar-free ice cream. And I knew I didn't like it, and I just found more reason why I don't like it. The one main reason I don't like it is we talked about solids. You have to freeze something. You either freeze fat or you freeze sugar. You can't just take Splenda and water and turn it into Italian ice. It doesn't have enough solids, as we say in the dairy industry. So here's an ice cream, a company, and it's 100% sugar-free, Clemmies ice cream, but it doesn't matter whose it is. There's a bunch of these out on the market. The ingredients are cream, water, that's okay, so good, maltito, M-A-L-T-I-T-O, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Yeah, I also know it as multidextrone. And then it goes on, butter, cream, salt, sugar. Anyway, the multidextrone, how did you pronounce it? M-A-L-T-I-T-O-L. Anyway, it's what they call a sugar alcohol. It's neither a sugar and it's not an alcohol. I mean, it sounds great, sugar alcohol, but it's okay for you, okay for a diabetic. It's just not. What it is it's a carbohydrate. And if sugar is 4 grams of carbohydrate, this multidextrone is 3 grams. So it's not fattening. It's still fattening. It's carbohydrates. And it says in here, with an asterisk next to the product, sensitive individuals may experience laxative effect from excess consumption of this ingredient. Well, yes. Yes, you get gas, diarrhea, you know, if we're going to use the real words instead of Montezuma's Revenge, you get gas, diarrhea, bloating if you eat too much of this. Well, what is too much? I mean, if I buy a pint of Haagen-Dazs, I'm going to eat the whole pint. And if you eat this whole pint of one of these sugar-free products, you're going to have some real problems. I can tell you from first-hand experience because being a diabetic, not supposed to have sugar, and so the candy companies came out with sugar-free chocolate. Oh, this is great. And so I thought, you know, eat 1 or 2. I don't eat 1 or 2 of anything. You know, I ate the whole, it was a little bag like this. How bad could it be? You know, it should have come with a warning. Do not be around large crowds of people 2 hours from now. It was awful. And so do I really want to stake my reputation on the kind of products that Jeff makes, or do I want to state my reputation on something that says may have a laxative effect in some people? No, it has a laxative effect in all people. So I stand by my rules and my feeling that we are making a frozen dessert. We're making a treat. We're not making something dietetic. We're not advertising that anything you've seen today is going to make you 20 years younger and then slimmer and have great biceps. It doesn't do that. Not unless you, don't ever get, by the way, I'm getting off subject, don't ever get in a fight with a woman who scoops ice cream in an ice cream parlor, because it's a lot of work to go like that, and they got a right arm that's, you know, don't go there. So I stand firmly behind that we are making a frozen treat for the enjoyment of the public, and that's what it is, and that's what we sell. If someone wants, the problem that I used to have with these sugar-free products is that you might have 16 flavors of ice cream, and to accommodate them, you get a couple of flavors of sugar-free. Well, there aren't that many people coming in asking for sugar-free, or there weren't. So the stuff would sit there for 2, 3, 4 weeks, get old and stale, and then they're not only mad at you for only having 2 flavors, they're mad at you because it's old and stale. So it's better off to say, you know, if you're on a diet, you shouldn't be in here unless you want to break that diet, and then, you know, welcome friend, you're in the right place. So, you already poured it all in. What's left for me to do?
Talk.
Okay, I'm just going to up the RPMs a bit. So that was a bottle of wine, an equal amount of water, a pound of sugar, the raspberries?
No, I didn't put them in.
Oh, here we go. We're only adding the raspberries to add some crunch and some excitement to it. I'm sorry?
Not that. A regular toothpick.
What did we put in, 18 ounces?
Yeah.
18 ounces of the ice cream mix.
Yeah.
Add it right at the beginning. Everything.
But just for my own sake, mine is purple. This is mauve. I don't know whether that's from the wine or what, but mine is purple, his is mauve. What? And I had to adjust that because I make it in the big machine. This is one of my big sellers.
Yes.
I've seen Italian ices that actually have
You call that, you say, this is cream ice.
My company is Mystic Frozen Desserts.
Yeah.
Covers everything.
watermelon.
Frozen desserts.
Right.
It's not an ice.
It's like a sorbet.
Just
but
adding
I
at
call
the end.
it
Let me
ice cream.
wait till Jeff finishes, and I'll tell you.
And depending upon how much ice cream mix you add, it'll become more ice cream or more sherbet, sorbet, or more ice. That's all, right?
The question over here was about having chunks of fresh fruit in the Italian ice. I would put about 3/4 of my fruit, if I'm using fresh fruit, into the machine to give me my flavor, and then 1/4 of it, as the ice cream's coming out, or the ices are coming out, just shake in the pieces. You know, it really looks nice. I invented 2 terms that I use for making ice cream, fruit flavor and fruit identity. And no other machine can do this because they can't put stuff in their machine. If I am making, say, strawberry ice cream, and I'm going to use 2 quarts of strawberries, I put 1 quart into the machine, and it's going to be evenly dispersed throughout the ice cream. If I'm blindfolded and asked to taste that, I'll say, yeah, that's strawberry ice cream. Take the blindfold off, and all you see is a pale pink product with little seeds in it. You can't, it has the flavor. It's very strongly strawberry. It has the fruit flavor, but it doesn't have the fruit identity. I can't see the pieces. So my 2nd quart of strawberries, instead of opening the gate all the way wide, I open it halfway and I shake in my strawberries as it's coming out. So now that when you eat with your eyes, you have the identity of their strawberry. And I carry it over to everything. If I'm making Oreo cookie ice cream, I put, on the bigger machines, I put 1 bag of Oreo cookies in the machine. It grinds it all up, gives it this incredible Oreo cookie taste, and then I take the 2nd bag and I grab each cookie, and while this is running, I take the Oreo cookies and I snap it with my thumbs, breaks into about 3 pieces. So now I've got a container of Oreo cookie pieces, and as the ice cream's coming out, I'm just feeding in my pieces of cookie. So I get the fruit flavor and the fruit identity. One trick at the bottom of doing that, when you break up the Oreo cookies, you end up with Oreo cookie dust at the bottom. And being from New York, if you take the Oreo cookie dust and put that on top of the tub, I know it's dirt. You know, you just put dirt on your tub. I can see it there. So it's not attractive to take the cookie dust and just throw it at the very top.
Tell them about how many you eat.
The what?
How many you eat. How many Oreo?
Oh yeah, the recipes are such that you can eat 4 of the Oreo cookies without upsetting the formula. Because you can't be sitting here breaking up Oreo cookies without breaking
Not eat them.
Without eating them, that's right. I had some other things I wanted to go over. A little bit about wholesaling. I wanted to talk about. Somewhere I had notes. But
Right here.
okay, thanks. Too many of you are too young to know this, but when Jeff and I were growing up, McDonald's was a freestanding building. It was open from 11 in the morning till 11 at night, and it sold a hamburger, a cheeseburger, fries, and a milkshake, and maybe a Coke. And that was the whole menu, 11 in the morning till 11 o'clock. That was McDonald's. That's how they started their business. One day, somebody very intelligent at McDonald's looked at the whole situation and said, you know what? The building's here. The parking lot is here. The deep fat fryers are here. Why don't we open for breakfast? And the whole food industry changed right then and there. McDonald's opened for breakfast. 7 in the morning till 11 o'clock at night, a breakfast menu up until 11 o'clock and then cut it off. What it says to me and what I tell my customers is, you've got the batch freezer, you've got the ice cream room, you've got the ingredients. Why don't you wholesale? You're selling all this ice cream out the door. Why don't you wholesale? And here's the answer I always got. Oh, I couldn't wholesale. I'm not a salesman like you. I'd be scared to death. So let's go over who you're wholesaling to. You're wholesaling to high-end restaurants, country clubs, down in Miami, cruise ships, lots of different places. They all have an executive chef. Anybody executive chef here? Good. Executive chefs are all the same. You know, love you guys, but you're arrogant beyond belief. That's how you became an executive chef. You already know everything. Can't possibly tell you anything because you already know it. So with that in mind, you don't have to do any selling. I walk in with a tub of the Grand Marnier. I walk in with a tub of the liquor sorbet that we're making now. And I go to the executive chef. Don't go to anybody else because everybody else is going to eat it. Get to the executive chef 9:30 in the morning. At 9:30 in the morning, the chef is doing his buying. By 11 o'clock, the chef is bossing everybody around, and you can't talk to him. 9:30 in the morning, you go in. Here's 3 tubs of different products. You leave them with the chef. Here, chef. Here's my flavors. Bye, and you leave. You go back 2 days later. You got a couple of more tubs, and now you've got a piece of paper that says, "Chef, I know you got to try my ice cream. Here's a couple more free for you," which he's been selling in his restaurant, by the way. And chef, I can deliver every 3rd day and a minimum of 2 tubs, 5 gallons, whatever. Minimum every 3rd day, 5 gallons. Well, now you've got his interest because the Haagen-Dazs, the people we put in business, hire the same people all the time. A college football player just graduated, just got off the gridiron. He's got an ego. He's scratching his head out of here, just like the chefs, because he's working for Haagen-Dazs. And he walks in and says, "Jeff, you should buy from us because we're Haagen-Dazs. We deliver 10 tubs, and we deliver once every 2 weeks." Well, the chef only has a small freezer where he's keeping all his meat and vegetables and everything else, and he's thinking, where am I going to store 10 of these big tubs of ice cream? I don't have room for 10 of these in the store. And you deliver only every 2 weeks. The way I became an executive chef is I changed my menu every 3 or 4 days. So how do I know 4 days from now what I want to feature on my menu? I'm stuck with 10 tubs of your raspberry sorbet. So by you coming in, you said, "Hey, I deliver every 3rd day and a minimum of only 2 tubs." Is it ready already? Can you stand to the side so they can see that? It's a little bit, there it goes. It's a little stiff, that's why it's having trouble coming out. Usually I pull it a little thinner, but even with the alcohol in there, it freezes beautifully. You're walking in and it's only 2 tubs every 3rd day. You're handling the chef's inventory control, you're allowing him to change his menu, and then here's what we call the hook in selling. The hook is, "Oh, and by the way, chef, if you have any ideas on how to improve my mango sorbet, by all means, please tell me." This guy's never made mango sorbet in his life, but he's an executive chef. He's going to tell you, "Oh, I want 1.26 grams of salt put into it." Right away, chef. Whatever he wants, you'll put into it. And that's why they're going to buy from you. So you had this retail business, or you were doing push carts, and you're selling it as Louis Italian Ice. Well, now you've formed a separate corporation over the kitchen table, and you're selling Le Sorbet to the high-end restaurants. Look, come on up and try this. See what you think.
We need more spoons.
More spoons. I got more spoons. We have spoons. Hold on. Here we go. That looks really smooth. Did you taste it?
Not when it's finished, no.
Try a sample and see how it is.
Boy, give it out.
So I just want the camera to see this. Look at that, how beautiful that is. Nice, thick product. That's ready to serve right to the public. So that's a cream ice or cream sorbet with the red wine in it. You can see, even with the alcohol in there, in Emery Thompson, the machine is so strong, even though the alcohol stays in suspension, it still firms up very nicely.
That's great. Now we need this.
Steve, what would the consistency be without the cream?
Just about the same, not quite as smooth without the cream.
Exactly.
How is it? You probably had it last time, did you?
No, we did
No?
it at home without the cream. This is the first time I've had it with the cream.
Okay.
It depends on it.
Is it good?
Did you taste it?
How is it?
It's delicious.
Oh, good.
delicious.
All right, it's delicious.
We still make a sherbet. What happened to sherbet?
Sherbet, sherbet's like ice milk. It's around, but it just went by the wayside. Because sherbet was considered to be a cheap ice cream, which it's not. It's a cross. It's midway between ice cream and Italian ice. It's that.
Into this.
Here's
Yes.
the reality. The reality is yogurt's going to come and go. Italian ices are an inexpensive product, but ice cream, that's it. It's ice cream. Everybody loves ice cream. Whether you're a kid or you're a grandmother, ice cream. So make ice cream.
Sherbets just went out of style.
Yes, they did. I'll be
But
right back. I have to get this
I would
all.
call this ice cream.